to survive? Well, if you believe the lies, you probably believe that these jobs are lost due to technological advantages. And while that it may be true, only to a very small degree, it's not the real reason. If that was true, our trade balance wouldn't look like this. Rather, the reality is the goods that American workers were making, they just get made somewhere else and get shipped to our country, where other countries limit our ability to export to them, so our trade balance goes more negative. Here on the graph, you can see how our trade balance, it's in orange, and our manufacturing jobs in blue, and how they've changed since 1970. Once again, we find that in 1970, we had zero trade balance, and we had the jobs that go with it. Since then, you can see our trade balance has gone negative, and it's mirrored our negative job loss. No surprise here. All we did was ship American jobs off to foreign countries in exchange for foreign countries to ship us the goods that our workers used to make. Our trade deficit was a record $859 billion last year. That's a lot of lost jobs. America has the highest negative trade balance of any country in the world. Actually, you would have to count, now listen carefully to this, you would have to count up the next 78 worst countries' negative trade balance in the world to equal ours. That's using 2018 data when our trade balance was only $600 billion. Think about that. Just to equal our trade imbalance, we have to sum up the total trade imbalances of the next 78 worst countries. It's just too hard to believe that our government allowed us to go from the world's manufacturing powerhouse and leader to being the worst of the worst in only 50 years. Even countries we wouldn't consider manufacturing powerhouses like Congo, Cuba, Estonia, Paraguay, and Turkmenistan, just to name a few, they figured out how to have a positive trade balance, but our leaders haven't been able to figure it out for 45 straight years. Is anybody else confused by this policy of failure? Does anybody else think that we can do better? I hope so, because we can.